Hi everybody, it's Rachel here with Wigs. Today I'm going to do a full tutorial on how to style your human hair wig. This is a human hair wig that we have washed, conditioned, and set on a stand that looks like this to dry. First we brushed it out and parted it where we wanted it, set it on this to dry, and then we let it dry naturally overnight in front of a fan. So this is what you get when you dry. Most of the human hair wigs that we offer dry looking pretty much like this. They have a little bit of a wave, the ends look kind of dry and fuzzy, and there's just, you know, a slight wave pattern to it. So I'm going to show you how to transform your wig from this into something smooth and luxurious. If you're new at styling, you probably want to section your wig. I like to use butterfly clips. So you can just take and section out a few sections if you want. Excuse me. Just to help to give yourself a little more control. And you start with just a small section down in the back. After you've been styling for a while, you may not need to do sectioning. You just kind of grab the hair and go, and you have a good idea of how much hair to take. This is a good size section. You want the heat to hit both sides of the hair. It's very important that the heat gets on both sides to smooth the hair. Now I'm using a Hot Tools curling iron, and I'm using a flat iron. This is Paul Mitchell Neuro at 360 degrees, and this is at 430 degrees. You don't want to hold the heat on the hair for very long, but the high heat I find to be much easier to style. So you can, to start out, you just take a small section, and I use a curling iron, not a wand, because that helps to get the heat on both sides. You just run the curling iron down, and there you go. I'm going to curl these both in the same direction. Another way that you can do it is you can also do the same. You take another thin section, and you can leave the ends out. You can leave them straight if you want, and that gives a little bit more of a more tousled look. You just kind of do a few twists, and then you kind of pull it through the bottom of the hair. So I'm going to go ahead here and continue to style this all the way through, and then once I get up to the top, we will slow it down a little, and we will show you how to pay a little bit closer attention to the top to get it nice and smooth. And nice and sleek. First, before we do that, I want to show you also, if you're going to flat iron your wig and you don't want to curl it, you do the same thing, but you just get your thin section and you run your flat iron down each section. Make sure your sections aren't so big that you can't get heat on both sides and all the way through. Since we're doing this one curled, I'm going to go ahead and curl that piece. Alright, so now we're at the top section of the wig. So right here, it's a little bit wavy, and it's a little more poofy than I'd like. So I'm going to go through with my flat iron. I'm just going to take a few sections, and I'm going to smooth them out before I start curling this side. That way I know I've got the top as sleek as I can. This just takes a little practice. But one thing, with that being said, I will say that human hair wigs are high maintenance, and they do take some time, and they take some work to style. So some of them, you can get occasionally, you know, a really nice virgin wig that has a lovely texture to it. It doesn't take as much, but most of the blondes are processed, and they do need styling. So I just kind of smoothed out the top there, and then now I'm going in with my curling iron. And I am finishing this top section here. Kind of grabbing the little pieces that I see that haven't been curled yet. Not a lot of time. I don't sit there and let it cook on the hair forever. If you like more of a tousled look, you can also leave your ends out. You kind of give a curl, and then you just run your curling iron through the bottom, and that gives the ends a little more of that straight tousled look. I'll do that one more time so you could see. It's a little bit more of an undone look. And let's see, I think we have one more section right here. And then I'll show you kind of what I do at the end. If you flat iron the top, a lot of times it can make little flyaways. So I usually just take a little bit of water and re-smooth that. And now your wig, run your fingers through it. She's nice and shiny and has beautiful waves. And then from then on until your next wash, you just store on a wig stand like this when you're not wearing her, and the hairstyle will hold very well. It might need a little touch up here and there, but you really should not have to style the whole wig again until the next wash. All right, well, I hope this helps you, and we'll be back with more tips. Thanks. Bye.